This is a 1-year-old dog. He came to me for socialization and leash reactivity. We're going to focus in this video on the socialization aspect, meeting Prince through the deck. Now, here's a question for you guys. You're going to see him bark in a minute. How do you think I'm going to do the first meeting? You've seen me do multiple different ways. You've seen me put the dog on a muzzle, no leash. You've seen me put the dog on a leash, no muzzle. You've seen me do both leash and muzzle on the dog. Now you're seeing him bark. And you've seen me do Prince out on a leash, the other dog loose. So what do you think I'm going to do? Let's watch this guy. Okay, you see the barking. You've seen many dogs meet Prince at this gate. You've seen them lunge up and almost break this wood. Is that what he's doing? No. Does it look terrible? I'll let you make the call. See, his lips curling a little bit, not too much. So guys, what do you think? You're going to see in a minute what I'm going to do. What's your guess? Write it in the comments. Think about it, whatever you want. How does he look? Terrible? He's not really going forward much, but he's also big. You got to be careful. We got to be careful of Prince. So here's what we're going to do. Muzzle on, dog off leash. Prince out off leash, of course, and him off leash. Now, why no leash on him? He wasn't really going at Prince. And he's also 65 pounds. It's a lot of hair. If he goes at Prince, he's not going to roll Prince. That's when I have the leash, is I just think that a dog's going to, even if a dog goes up on a muzzle, they can hit a dog, roll a dog, and still hurt the dog, so I put the leash on. So no leash, but muzzle on. He doesn't love the muzzle, but he's not that bad on the muzzle. All right, so if you got muzzle on, no leash, you were right. And the reason for the no leash is he never hit the fence. He never looked like he really wanted to go at Prince hard. So then when we let him off leash, I don't think he's going to hit Prince with his body, which can hurt another dog. I tell them to pet Prince. That's a trigger for a lot of dogs. The owner petting the other dog can be a trigger. It's a bit of a trigger for him, right? He just got a little excited during that time. We got to see triggers. That's why people bring dogs to me. They need to socialize this guy. This is not great. This is kind of like a controlling the situation thing. They want to bring this dog around to other dogs. They don't feel entirely comfortable. Now we're going to go to the audio.
I'm not going to let him, that standing over him right there was like, he just, what was that, 20 seconds of like kind of telling him what's up. Right. I was about to stop it, then he moved. But I think we need to stop that going forward for sure next time. It was just a little much. It's a little much for a 13-year-old dog to come to a 4-year-old dog's house and tell him what's up. Right. And it was probably telling him what's up. He's just standing there, like not moving, like keeping Prince right here. It's just, you don't really want that, you know?
Muzzle's coming off because he looks great. He's not looking to hurt anybody. Why did these folks bring him to me? Because they want to be totally comfortable in life with their dog. Me giving Prince some love. Totally comfortable in life with this dog, taking him places, letting him meet dogs. That's why people bring a lot of dogs to me. It's not because their dog's horrible. It's because their dog, they don't know how to read their dog. Their dog doesn't look perfect. Their dog's big and strong. They want other people to feel at ease. And this is a controlled environment that they can really get to know their dog's triggers, their dog's personality. And you guys sense, and my subscribers and my clients know, that the process that I do of slowly challenging the dog and getting the dog with more difficult dogs and then marking and correcting the incorrect behavior gets results. And that's what you're going to see. We're going to go back to the original audio, and you're going to see him not be great with dogs multiple times, not terrible, but not great. And they're going to start to do my method, and they're going to start to see results. So now we're going to go for a fair amount of time to the audio because I want you to hear what I say to the people.
Grab him. Grab him. Hey! Tell him sit.
So that is how the Maverick situation started, just FYI. Like, it was actually Maverick that barked first, but he did it right back.
Yeah. So nothing was terrible. It was just this pursuit, and it was right when Prince got around you guys, and it was just right here above him and to his eyes. Yeah. And it's not the worst thing in the world, but we need to let this guy know that is an unacceptable behavior. Not going to change his personality, but we can change the behavior of pursuing and hard eye contact. Yeah. Let him go. one of us do it. I'll probably do it next time, but we're over it. We're over eye contact and pursuing a dog in that way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? We can't change his personality. We can change the behavior, though. You will. It's not going away. Even when you neuter him, he's going to be this sort of stoic, like, I cruise around. I'm not a big player, but I'm not. But I don't think he's going to be aggressive, really, if we get him neutered, because then the other dogs aren't going to be all weird to him.
Yeah, we've got that on the books for the end of this month.
And then if we're like, and just ignore him. I wanted you to call him so that it brought him over, because he's almost being too good. We want to add triggers. And I'll tell you what's okay. Like, something like this is probably okay. What's not okay is more what he did to him. I see what you're saying. He's like, I'm the boss. I'm going to investigate you. Hey! Sit down. Sit. Don't worry about her. The thinking is, worry about me. Worry about you. Like, because you saw that there was like a little weirdness. Listen, guys, he's really quite good. We just need to fix these little things that he does. These little, it's like if I'm a nice guy, but like occasionally, like, I like to, I don't know. I like to shoulder people sometimes, and I like to have people submit to me, and like I like my employees to like, I don't know. He's good. I just occasionally, maybe not even yell. Yelling's almost too much. I don't do that. I belittle them a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Bro.
Hector, how about you just...
It's like a lord over.
It's really, and sometimes if we're at the park and it's a younger dog and they're running around, it'll escalate to just barking.
Hector, leave her alone. Sorry.
No, it's fine. He's a diva. He'll do.
Okay, I want you, one of you, I don't care who, maybe pick one. I don't want both of you. Okay. As we let more dogs out, I want you guys to, and I'll help you with the moments to do it. I think we let him like be on top of a dog and smell the dog for like 10 seconds.
Okay.
But then after that, we're over it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
What about pursuing? I met the dog, and now I feel like pursuing the dog and staring in its eye. Not pursuing the dog and smelling its butt. That's
But
one thing.
Staring it down.
What he did to him, and then, but he's been good since my correction.
Yes.
I haven't seen the stalkerness in him since then. But we're gonna find these behaviors as we let dogs out. We're gonna be realistic and like let him stand over a dog and smell. If a dog flipped over in front of him, he'd do the same thing. He'd sit there and smell it. Oh, you flipped over?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll smell you.
What
Give him
you
some
doing?
time,
Let me learn,
and then we're over it.
Meeting a new dog, and he looks great, right? I told them that we are going to correct him for lording over a dog, for doing hard stares. That's none of which is happening right now. He looks perfect. This is a female. He likes female dogs. Doesn't totally love unneutered dogs, big males, but he likes this dog. He looks perfect. So what's the reinforcement for being perfect with a dog? He gets to be with the dog. Don't go up to your dog and be like, oh, you're being nice to a dog. Let me pet you and love you. No. You can calmly say to your dog, good boy. Yeah, that's your friend. Like you see me do all the time. Or you can simply let your dog be with the other dog. You don't need to be petting your dog all the time. All right, now to audio.
Nothing's jerky. You have to get the sense that something is jerky.
Got it. Okay.
I think I made that word up, but I say it all the time.
No, it makes total sense.
And I don't get the sense any of this is jerky.
We need to be more. We want to learn more about what body language cues are
Yeah.
indicative of what's something about to be weird.
Fairly. That's really playful.
Is that play?
Oh yeah, there's a play bout in it.
Okay.
There's a head down, butt up. Now, if the quick movements and stuff, yeah, he might be now. But it's pretty, yeah, I mean, she's not that comfortable, but it is really playful, you guys.
Okay. It just feels like he makes her
Other dogs uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a euphemism for other dogs.
And we have to be aware of that. But we also, if he's making her uncomfortable, but we're like, wow, that's quite playful, which it was. I mean,
It's not the word
We can't, I don't know if we can punish that. We have to take it all into account. It all into account. Yeah, she don't really care. I mean, he pushed her in there a little bit, but, you know, no interaction's perfect. Prince certainly isn't, you know. So, well, he likes her. When's the last time you saw him do that with a dog? Good dog, we're not going to change his behavior of like being the boss of things. We just have to go into situations. You guys are the boss, know what to look for, mark and punish as I call it, grab, sit your butt down and do it over and over and over again when you want him to start to approach a dog and smell the dog and then think about doing eye contact or think about lording over the dog, and then here's what you want him to do. And this is when you have it. He's gonna start going, where's that lady? And you need to get that. Oh yeah, this is good. Oh my gosh.
Hey, he's having a lot of fun. Now you're going to see him be at quote unquote his worst. And why do I do it in quotes? Because he's just not that bad. He's got a prey drive. Oh, falls in the water. He's got a prey drive. A lot of German Shepherds, Dobermans, Malinois have prey drive. And when the dogs run and he's all wet, which cools them off, they get all excited. So he's got all this energy. He's having fun. Owners love to see their dog just playing around and have fun. Playing with Prince, good. Now you're going to see him do a little, like almost a nip here. We're going to let the first one go because of his eyes. He basically does like a jumping little nip, but then he looks away immediately. But then he does another one and he seems to be more focused. So right there, it was almost playful. We let it go. And then right there, we don't let it go. I tell her, mark the behavior and grab him. We don't make idle threats. You heard me say that earlier. If you do something wrong, we're going to let you know. See his lip licks? He's kind of like, okay, mom, chill out. I didn't know I did anything wrong. Yeah, and that's fine. And that's why it wasn't that bad. And that's why our correction isn't that bad. Stopping a dog, and she has his collar, by the way. I'm like, do you have his skin? But she doesn't. He just has a lot of hair. So then playing with Prince, he just sort of, that second one was a little bit too much. Okay, and he's his normal self again. These corrections don't hurt the dog. They just let very specifically the dog know right there that behavior is unacceptable. And it is unacceptable. It's unacceptable at a dog park. It's unacceptable with that friend who comes over with their dog, or you going to the friend's house with the dog and the other person going like, oh, I don't want your dog to do that to my dog. All right. I'm not saying that we're going to make every single dog perfect, but you should try. You should try to have your dog not do those things to other dogs. Okay. But as I've said many times, this guy's great. He just needs some controlled environment play times to where they learn what to do, and then they're going to take it into the real world. So this guy was great. Guys, don't forget, if you're getting anything out of these videos, right, the body language stuff, too much right there. Now that's the response that you want. You see how he did the behavior and then she started to mark it and then pursue him, and then he was like, okay, and he started to walk away. That's new. That's because of this session, and that's what they have to keep doing. If you guys get something out of these videos, please make sure you're subscribed. As always, comment and like.